Mic check 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park on this Friday, February 13th, 2026. For today's qualifiers, we have 5 races carded, the first of which will be exiting the paddock shortly, and we will get underway. And we're getting set to go on this Friday morning here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. A field of 7 lining up for the first qualifier. Inside Out, I'm a Shipwreck. Outlaw, Kiss My Class. Hello Darkness, National Tier, Titanic, Hanover, Jackwick, Highland Hot Sauce gets the outside start in this field of 7 for the first. Set to go on a sunny Friday morning here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. And they're off and pacing. Good beginning here for Titanic Hanover, as that one will swing out to the lead. Off stride went National Tier. That one has made a miscue in the opening eighth of a mile. To get away in second is going to be Hello Darkness. Then driving up to third was Outlaw, Kiss My Class. Settling in fourth as they head to the opening quarter, that's going to be Jack Wick. They go by the opening quarter in a time of 29 and 1. So out in front here is Titanic Hanover, and this one has a loose lead of almost 3 lengths. Second up the backstretch is Hello Darkness. Then racing in third, Outlaw, Kiss My Class. That one is being followed in line by I'm a Shipwreck. Then going to Jack Wick, a couple more lengths back to Highland Hot Sauce, and then it's about 15 lengths back to that breaker. In the early going, that's National Tier. Coming up to the midway point, and nothing's changing in terms of the order, and the half is up in 58 and 1. So a little quicker in the second quarter, 29 seconds even, as Titanic Hanover continues to roll right along. So the 5-year-old Titanic Hanover leading it. Second, that is Hello Darkness. Third around the far turn is Outlaw Kiss My Class, followed in line then by I'm a Shipwreck. On that one's helmet is Jack Wick, Highland Hot Sauce, and last continues to be National Tier. So Malik Smith and Titanic Hanover, they get to 3 quarters in 1:27 and 1, 29 seconds once again, and they have got a sizable advantage, a 4.5 length head start here on Hello Darkness. Now racing ahead into the final eighth of the mile, Titanic Hanover looking to close it out. Hello Darkness in second. Coming up on the outside, that's going to be Jack Wick, who's trying to move up into third from I'm a Shipwreck, who's holding that spot now into second, but going all the way was Titanic Hanover. I'm a Shipwreck finished in second. Finishing third then was Jack Wick. Back to fourth for Hello Darkness, 156 and 2 for Titanic Hanover. Getting set to go now for the second qualifier. We're going to scratch the number 1 press on Ballykeel. It'll be a field of 6. Inside out, Goldilocks Hanover with Damian McClellan. Tricks for Lex, Bob McClure. Just Business, Jody Jameson. Petite, Mike Vanderkamp. Johnny Cracker, Graham Kirby. And Simply Chaotic, James McDonald. Qualifier number 2 in the hands of the starter. Off stride at the rail is Goldilocks Hanover. And the others are off and trotting. So away in the second queue, and moving forward out to the early lead is going to be Johnny Cracker, as this one is able to grab command in front of Just Business. Simply Chaotic comes across to land in third. Getting away in fourth, that will be Petite. Then we're going to work our way back to Tricks for Lex, and that breaker resetting is Goldilocks Hanover. Field of 6 into the first turn, and Johnny Cracker gets to show the way. Right behind, though, is Just Business. Simply Chaotic is third. They are by the opening quarter in 31 and 4. So the Trotters will move into the backstretch here. And out in front is Johnny Cracker. Leads it by a little more than a length and a half from Just Business. 2 lengths then back to Simply Chaotic. Racing in fourth remains Petite. And then it's about 5 or 6 lengths going back to Tricks for Lex. And closing in on that rival is Goldilocks Hanover. Off stride went Just Business. So Just Business, who was following the leader closely, makes a break. That one will now reset into fourth. Simply Chaotic closes the gap and gets right in behind our leader. So it's Johnny Cracker by the half in 103 and 2. Johnny Cracker onto the far turn. In second is Simply Chaotic. Now trying to get a bit closer is Petite third. Making that break in the second quarter, Just Business quickly got back on stride and is only about 5 lengths from the top. Goldilocks Hanover is then racing fifth. And then we go back to Tricks for Lex, who's now the trailer sixth. So all the way, at least to 3/4, has been Johnny Cracker. Simply Chaotic in second. Third is Petite. Off stride again went Just Business. 134 and 2 was the 3/4 time. And as they're into the stretch, Simply Chaotic comes to the outside now and will look to storm on by Johnny Cracker and now takes the lead. It's Simply Chaotic with 1/8 of a mile to go. Goldilocks Hanover, who made a miscue at the start, has now moved up into second. On the outside, Petite into third. Johnny Cracker now back to fourth. It's Simply Chaotic to take the second qualifier. Simply Chaotic will win it by about 2 lengths. Finishing in second was Goldilocks Hanover. Then third, Petite. Johnny Cracker fourth. The mile time, 2:04 and 2. Pacers are lined up for the third qualifier. Inside Out, Exquisite Dancer, Liza May, LD's Kimberly, Concern, Wicked Plan, Your Round, Chargin' Chato, and Woodmere Robbie. Field of 8, here they come. And they're off and pacing. From the outside, there's some speed coming from Woodmere Robbie as that one sweeps out to the early lead. Liza May is at the inside second for the time being. There comes Your Round up on the outside to move into that position, lining up with LD's Kimberly. Then we're going to go back to Exquisite Dancer. Driving into the first turn, mid-pack. As they set up, that's going to be Concern. Second from the back will be Wicked Plan, and your early trailer is Chargin' Chato. Opening quarter was 30-3, and making it out to the front is Your Round. 30-3 opening quarter, and the Pacers are moving up the backstretch, a 2-length advantage here for Your Round. In second was Woodmere Robbie. Right in behind that rival third is Liza May. Fourth in line continues to be LD's Kimberly. Mid-pack right there is Exquisite Dancer, who is being tracked in line by Concern. Then going to Wicked Plan, and the last one, Chargin' Chato. Single file, tightly packed. They were by the half in 101-1. So as we get into the far turn, looks like we're going to get some action now, as we'll see who's the first to get off the rail. But meanwhile, up front, stretching out the lead here to 2.5 lengths, this is Your Round. So Your Round is powering around this far turn. Second is Woodmere Robbie. Liza May still there third. LD's Kimberly is out from fourth now, and there's the first one to go. Then we're coming to 3/4 in a time of 1:30-4. Fastest split to this point, and we're into the stretch. And it's been Your Round who made it to the top in the opening quarter, leads it by a couple of lengths. Here on the outside comes LD's Kimberly. Woodmere Robbie is in behind. Then back and forth is Liza May. Fifth, that's Exquisite Dancer. 16th to go. LD's Kimberly's been working on up here in the final quarter and now takes the lead in deep stretch. It's LD's Kimberly to win it. Your Round finishes in second. Third was Woodmere Robbie. Fourth was Liza May. 1:59-1. Trotters for the fourth are lined up. Scratch the 7, Taxical Man. We've got Richie Rich, My Friend Jose, Never Mind, What an Angel, LMC Mr. Squishy, Willow Time, and Goober Smack. Here they come for the fourth. And they're off and trotting. Coming away down the center is LMC Mr. Squishy. Outside rival there is Willow Time. To the inside, that is going to be Never Mind. Behind that one is My Friend Jose. Meanwhile, Goober Smack's going to get away in fifth. Rail starter Richie Rich is second from the back. Right behind that one is What an Angel. They set up shop here in the first turn, and Willow Time will lead it. So it's Willow Time and Bob McClure fronting them to the opening quarter. Opening quarter was recorded in 30 seconds flat. Willow Time, our leader. Racing in second, LMC Mr. Squishy, who's right in behind. And following very closely is Never Mind, and that one is now on the move. So going from third up to second, and pointed for the top is Never Mind, who's trying to make a second quarter sweep to the lead. My Friend Jose is back in fourth. Racing along in fifth is Goober Smack. Sixth is still Richie Rich, and seventh, that's going to be What an Angel. We get the lead change here ahead of the midway point. Never Mind now takes control. 1 minute and 2/5 was the half-mile clocking. It's Never Mind onto the far turn. Early leader Willow Time is now covered up there in second, while LMC Mr. Squishy's about 3.5 off the lead in third. In fourth remains My Friend Jose. Goober Smack is fifth. Richie Rich looks poised to go, and that one's moving. And then we go to the trailer, What an Angel. Never Mind stretches out the lead to nearly 3 lengths, coming to 3/4. It's Never Mind by 3/4 in 1:29 and 2. 29 seconds flat. Third quarter speed. Never Mind into the stretch. And on top by 4. Back in second is Willow Time. LMC Mr. Squishy now angles on out. Looking to advance is Richie Rich, as that one's made up several lengths and is closing in quickly now. Never Mind. Here comes Richie Rich. Richie Rich tracking down Never Mind. Willow Time in behind. Also some late speed from My Friend Jose. And My Friend Jose really rushing late, and Richie Rich went off stride. So they'll hit the wire together. They locked wheels. Looks like everybody will be able to avoid any more confusion. The mile time, 1:59 and 1. Our final qualifier today sees a field of 7 on the pace. Red Beach 1, Forever After All, Kira Sealster, Dead Man's Chain, Solidarity, Premier First Star, Crazy World. They're set to go for the 5th. And they're off in pacing. Premier First Star is hustling from the outside. Dead Man's Chain also coming off the wings nicely. Getting away 3rd will be Forever After All. Getting away 4th, Red Beach 1. Slotting in behind is Kira Sealster, then going to Solidarity, and Crazy World from the outside takes to the rear of the pack. Field of 7 is now single file to the opening quarter. Out in front is Premier First Star, while Dead Man's Chain sits right behind the leader. Opening quarter time was 29-4. So Premier First Star has the advantage. Dead Man's Chain, though, sitting right up there on the helmet. In 3rd is Forever After All. 4th, that's going to be Red Beach 1. 5th is where you will find Kira Sealster, who is being tracked by Solidarity. And the last one is Crazy World. No activity here in the second quarter off a 29-4 opening split. Billy Davis has Premier First Star comfortable on the lead, while Dead Man's Chain is right there in second. They are by the half in 1 minute and 2/5. A 30-3 second quarter. With, again, no change in order. Premier First Star by a length and a half. Dead Man's Chain right in behind. Then 3rd is Forever After All. Length and a half back to Red Beach 1 in 4th. 5th is Kira Sealster. Solidarity stays inside. As from the back, Crazy World moves on out. Also coming off the rail will be Red Beach 1. To 3/4 they go. Premier First Star by 3/4 in 1:29-2. So taking it up there with a 29-second third panel into the stretch. Premier First Star trying to get away on Dead Man's Chain, who's been riding in second throughout. On the outside, Red Beach 1. Still at the inside there. That is Forever After All in 3rd. Up the rail, Kira Sealster 4th. Solidarity between horses. Crazy World on the outside. It's Premier First Star leading it by 2.5 lengths. Premier First Star, a gate-to-wire winner in qualifier number 5. Dead Man's Chain finishes in 2nd. 3rd was Forever After All, and that looked like maybe Solidarity coming through for 4th from Crazy World 5th. 1:56-4. Good final quarter speed of 27-2 for Premier First Star.